Yesterday, the world celebrated the International Boxing Day. Here in Kenya, Boxing Association of Kenya carried its celebration at the Nyayo National Stadium, and Jeff Mogiri was there, spoke to the stakeholders on the future of boxing in the country, and filed the following.
Robinson, 27th of August was made official in 2017 to be the International Boxing Day, and Kenya for the first time is celebrating this day, celebrating the achievement of the boxers, celebrating the upcoming boxers and the Olympians. Recently we had boxers who went to the Olympics to represent the country and they came back. They didn't win a medal as we expected, we anticipated as a country, but they're somewhere. They made a step and they're leading the way, and they're showing Kenyans, young boxers coming up, that they can do it, they can make it, they can be Olympians as well. So this is just a warm-up, but as they wait for the Paris event to come up, they're preparing for big events, international stages. Kenya is going to win medals. But I'm talking to Christine Ongare, the Olympian. She made her debut in Tokyo Olympics, and we're waiting to hear what she says. What did she make of the tournament? What did she make of the Olympics? What happened? And what should we expect? And actually, what does she think of today as the International Boxing Day? Christine, what does today mean for you as a boxer and as an Olympian now? You're an Olympian officially.
Okay, the 27th of August means a lot for me because I am a boxer. Therefore, I'm so grateful because we are celebrating as boxers worldwide. Therefore, it's so grateful unto me, and I'm so happy for it.
You made your debut for the Olympics. This is for the first time you're going to the Olympics. Yeah. How did that feel like for you?
Okay, for me, it was so great because each and every athlete always wishes to reach the Olympic level, whereby I tried 2016, I couldn't make it, but I believe 2020 was my year. Although my dream was accomplished, but my goal I didn't achieve, but I believe because that was a great achievement and a great experience, because if I remind you that we were meeting the best of the best, whereby for me it was so great. Therefore, my dream I have achieved. Now I'm following my goal, whereby it was to be the first woman to bring a medal within boxing category in Kenya.
Great. And looking at yourself as an Olympian now, to the young boxers back home here in Kenya, and many others who are in the slums of this country and hoping to be Olympians like you, hoping to make it to the international stage like you, what do you tell them?
Okay, whatever I could tell the upcoming champions, because they are also champions, anyone who accepts to enter within that ring is a champion. So what I can tell them is that nothing comes easy. You have to be, the first thing, working hard works, but you have to really work hard so that you can make it. That's what most achieved athletes perform in their working art, in their working work. Therefore, again, whatever I can tell them is, you should be persistent, patient, and disciplined, because these things goes together. There is no way you can work leaving the other aside. But all I can put on to them or tell them is that put all into God. That's where they will make it.
Great, great. Now, thank you so much, Christine, for talking to me, and I hope that you're going so far with your goal of being the first woman to win a medal for Kenya in the Olympics. The next one is in Paris, and good luck and all the best. Now, I'm joined by the president of boxing right here in Kenya, Mr. Jamal. Jamal, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
How does it feel now?
We thank God for this far. Today we are celebrating the International Boxing Day, and we've brought all boxers together from each and every county, Nairobi, Busia, Kakamega, Kisumu, to celebrate this big day. We want to pray for the pandemic to end so that we can go back to our normal routine of boxing. So far, so good. We are doing good.
In your reign, this is the first time you're taking the boxers to the Olympics. As the president, what an achievement for you.
It's great. It's been a journey. We thank God for it. But you know, we tried our best. Taking a boxer to Olympics is the dream of a boxer. Now we'll pull up our socks next time. I know we'll come with medals. Yeah.
You've done your best. I've seen your team, the likes of Sugar Ray and Coach Musa, fighting so hard, training these boxers day and night, making sure that they are fit to get in that ring and do something for the country. It's a big achievement. for them? At least they have done their best, and now going forward we have Paris. What do you look up to?
Going forward, we need to go back to Ndoni Mashinani. That's our slogan. We nurture the small guys who are coming, because you know, Akina Nico Koth and Akina Christine, they are facing out. So we need to nurture the small boxers to come up and fill that gap. And we know we are going to achieve. So far, so good. We have good boxers in each and every county. Yeah.
Today is an international day for International Boxing Day for boxers. It's a very big day for them, for the young boxers who are in the villages right here in Kenya and hoping to be where Christian Ongare, where Nico Koth are today. What do you tell them?
Hard work. Hard work and putting God first is the only key. And discipline. In boxing, discipline comes first. When you're disciplined, you'll achieve what you want. And we want to first emphasize them that they do the vaccine. Because you know the vaccine is the key for everything now.
We emphasized on growing boxers from the villages to the big city, Nairobi, and then off to Olympics and to Paris, and next maybe to Beijing, back again to Beijing. What is that plan still working for you? Because you said you're going to spread this thing to Mashinani.
Yes, we're doing that. We're doing inter-counties. So as we go this year, we want to do 2 tournaments. We do inter-counties, inter-clubs, and then we bring up a good big tournament for each and every county to do it in Nairobi. You know, boxing, it's a contact sport, and you have to train so that you can be a good boxer. So we are doing that. At the end of December, we'll have 2 tournaments. Yeah.
How's the future looking for boxing in Kenya? with you at the helm of the federation, and you're talking to the boxers, you're talking to your communication teams headed by Sugar Ray and the rest, with Coach Benjamin Musa at the helm as well. What's the future looking like for you?
For BFK, we do a teamwork. Each and every person participates in what they are doing. And so far, so good. You've seen boxing is growing in Kenya. And you know, if we put God first, we will achieve our goal. Yeah.
Good luck, Jamal, and all the best as in everything you are doing with these boxes. I hope that Kenya will get where the likes of Wangila were and where they left it, and you get to do those levels. And we all hope for the best. There's nothing else we can do, but we can do what we call hard work, as you said. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Let me talk to the communication guy here and the team manager, Team Kenya team manager, Mr. Sugar Ray, Mr. Kuria here, who is going to talk to us about what was the Olympics like for him, and what should we expect going forward, and what today means for the boxers in the country. Sugar Ray, let's begin with today. What does this mean for the boxers in the country?
It means a lot to them, because it's the first time that you're celebrating International Boxing Day. And we feel honored as a Boxing Federation of Kenya, because we have been identified by IBA as one of the key centers that is going to hold these celebrations across the world. So it's a proud day for us as Kenya and as Boxing Federation of Kenya, and for the boxing community in Kenya.
Where we are so far, Sugar Ray, are we growing? Are you seeing growth in Kenyan boxing?
Yeah, there's a lot of growth, especially during this short time that we've been at the leadership under President Jamal, because you can see the number of young boxers who are coming up, and the guys who are coming up also especially from the counties where we never used to have boxing before. So you can see there's a lot of interest that is coming up from Mashinani, as we call it. And I think is the way to go, because what we seem to have lacked for some time is depth. We didn't have adequate depth, so that when you have the boxers who are at the national team level, when those guys, and most of them are now retiring, when they come out of the sport, we don't seem to have good depth of young boxers who can come in and replace them effectively, such that they can be able to go and compete at the highest level and win medals. But I believe when we are able to build from the grassroots, we have good depth. We have many boxers in every weight category, and we try and hold as many competitions as possible. I think we are going to get there to where we were during the 70s and 80s, when Kenya was one of the top boxing nations in the world.
Looking at the Olympics, we have been at the Olympics. Sugar Ray, this is probably the first time while you are at the helm, but this is not the first time Kenya is taking boxers to the Olympics. We didn't get the good results that we wanted. We didn't get the gold medal that we wanted. Everything that we yearned for didn't really work out for us, but at least a good experience. How was Tokyo, and how could you rate it for Kenyan boxers?
Tokyo, I would say, was one of the toughest tournaments that we have had, because the biggest challenge we had was the preparation phase, where we are having to deal with COVID-19 pandemic. Preparation during COVID is very tough, because we don't have many tournaments where we can gauge ourselves, so it means in terms of exposure, we were not there. We only, for our boxers who went to Tokyo, I think the one who has had the most bout from the time they qualified in February 2020 was Nick Okoth, who had only 5 bouts, and 5 bouts in a period of about 2 years is not adequate. So we didn't have enough tournaments to be able to gauge ourselves. And then even after we had qualified and when we are now during the last phase of the preparation, we got an offer from IBA president to go and prepare in Russia. But unfortunately, our government had made a decision that once we qualify, we are not able to go out of the country and participate in any tournament, which is just for preparation purpose. So that also cost us an opportunity to go and gauge ourselves with some of the boxers that we are going to compete with in Tokyo. But I'll say our boxers participated well in Tokyo, and I would say we had very tough draws, but we are able to compete effectively. Unfortunately, like for the bout involving Nick Okoth, we felt Nick had won that bout, and it was very unfair that the boxer from Mongolia was given the decision. But I'll say the boxers were able to represent themselves very well. I can only say that they lost because they met better opposition. And when that happens, I don't think you can complain that we underperformed. You just look at the caliber of the boxers that you are involved in. For instance, Julio Cruz is 4 times world champion, 2 times Olympic champion, and he was meeting in the first bout against Eli Ajoy in the heavyweight category. It was tough, but Eli was able to contain him very well, and even the boxer himself came to Eli and told him, "You're a good boxer." So I would say we are building block from what we were before. Of course, we are not doing very well. We were not able to go out there and win many medals, but I believe the future is very bright for us when we are able to prepare our teams well, especially if we are able to contain the COVID pandemic. We'll be able to go out there and represent the country very effectively and, of course, make Kenya proud by winning medals.
They say bygones should always be bygones, and we will let bygones be bygones. But going forward now, Paris is the next stop. What are you doing differently to ensure that what happened in Tokyo should be different in Paris?
The Paris Olympic Games are going to be different a bit because the number of boxers who are going to participate in the Paris Olympic Games is going to be 50-50 for women and men. Maybe if I can just say, in Tokyo, we had 189 female boxers. But in Paris, it will be going to be 50-50. IOC has made that decision that it should be gender parity. So it means that we need to go back to our drawing board and ensure that we have adequate number of female boxers who can be able to come into the sport, and they need to learn running because we only have about 3 years to prepare the team for Paris Olympic Games. So we need to go back to the drawing board and prepare good number of young boxers, male and female, and ensure that by the time we are getting to the Olympic phase, then we be adequately prepared. But COVID is going to pose a challenge because as far as we have not contained the pandemic, it's going to be a challenge even to prepare for major tournaments. And those tournaments also are going to be few if you are going to have the challenge of the COVID pandemic. So I think the future is bright. At least we know what needs to be done. We have programs that are supposed to be running, but the only thing that we think can stop us now is COVID pandemic.
Thank you so much, Sugar Ray, for that communication there. You're telling us what exactly you are doing and what we should expect in the next Olympics, which will be in Paris. And obviously, Kenya is doing so great. They're doing a good job, Duncan Korea. Thank you so much. You've heard from Duncan Korea, Christine Ongari, Olympian, and also Jamal, who is the president of the Boxing Kenya Federation. And he's saying clearly, Kenya needs to put up a good fight. Kenya needs to put up all the resources to prepare for Paris Olympics which are coming up, and we should be expecting Kenyan boxers to go out there and do better. My name is Jeff Magere Robinson from here at Nyayo, where Kenya, for the first time, is celebrating International Boxing Day.
Now, Josette Njeri hopes to be the next big thing in triathlon in the country, despite